Hey guys, good afternoon. Sam here with another session of common English expressions A to Z. We are in our H topics. We're going to continue with that and hopefully finish them today. I hope you guys are having a great day and are ready to learn some English. Hey, Marzieh for 6465, good to see you. Hey, Elahe, good to see you. Hey, Puria Khalipur, good to see you. Hey Reza, nice of you to join me. I hope you guys are having a great day. Good afternoon to you guys. Sorry I was a little busy in the past day and I just posted up my notes a few hours before the session. I really got to work on getting those up beforehand, but I hope you guys can find them to be useful. Hey Amir H4251, good to see you. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. As I was saying, we're going to continue with our H topics today. I hope you guys have been enjoying these sessions and I hope that you're finding them to be useful. If you find these sessions to be useful, please tell your friends and family. If anybody's trying to learn English, let them know that they can come in here and join us. Hey, Some and Dandies. Good to see you, Dandies. Welcome back, and you too, Somes. Thanks a lot, Reza Rodan. That's really kind of you to say. I really appreciate all of you guys giving me so much positive feedback. It really makes me happy, okay? So, as I was saying, hey, Donia, good to see you. As I was saying, we're going to continue with our H topics. Our first topic for today is having a guess, or have a guess. When we tell somebody to have a guess in the English language, it means that we're going to predict what happens, or we're going to try and figure out, predict what happens. We're going to guess it, okay? Hey, Ruzhan Dastar, good to see you. Sorry if I say your name wrong, but thank you for joining me. Good afternoon to you guys. I hope you guys are having a great day today. It's been raining all day, so that's kind of nice. It reminds me of Vancouver. If you guys don't know, Vancouver has very rainy weather. So this is very much like Vancouver weather. Rojan Dastar. Rojan Dastar, I'm really sorry for mispronouncing your name, but hopefully I'll remember that and I can say it next time you're here, okay? Alright guys, so as always, I'm going to turn off comments while I'm teaching. If you guys have any questions, please write them down and you can ask me afterwards. Hey Ronnie and Fateme Musavi, it's really good to see you guys joining me today. Good afternoon to Rojan Dastar. This is, I'm sorry, I'm not very good with Persian names yet. I'm still trying to learn a lot of them, so I'm really sorry for saying it wrong. Anyways, so we are going to get started. I'm going to turn off my comments. If you guys have questions, make sure to write them down. Our first topic is we're going to learn some expressions for having a guess. Now, these expressions are useful anytime you want to guess something, and once we get into it, I'll give you guys some example. Hey, RSA8541, good to see you. All right, guys, I'm going to turn off comments. Here we go. So sometimes we don't know exactly what something is, but we have some idea what it could be, okay? So we don't know what exactly it is, but we have some idea. And we can use some of these phrases to guess, to tell somebody we're not sure, but we think it's like this, okay? So the first expression is, off the top of my head. Off the top of my head. So we can use this expression and afterwards make a guess. For example, somebody asks you, how old do you think I am? You say, well, off the top of my head, I think you're 26, okay? So you're saying, I'm not sure, I'm guessing, okay? I'm guessing you're 26. Or maybe somebody asks you about something that happened. For example, they say, how many people came over to your party last night? You say, Off the top of my head, I think 5 people. I don't remember exactly. I'm guessing around 5 people. Okay, off the top of my head, there were 15 people. So when you don't remember something exactly and you have to guess, you can use this expression. Maybe you want to talk about something that's going to happen in the future. For example, somebody asks you, how many people do you think will come to your wedding? Off the top of my head, 50 people. So I'm guessing 50 people. I'm not sure if everybody's going to show up, but I have an idea of 50 people because I sent 50 invitations. Okay? So we can use this expression to talk about something we're not sure about or something we're guessing about. There's a lot of things we can guess, like a person's height, their age, the time, someone's personality. We can use it to talk about problems. So for example, somebody asks you, how tall do you think Tom is? Off the top of my head, I think he's 180 centimeters tall. Okay? So I'm just guessing. The next expression is used when we want to generalize something, when we want to guess about something based on some general information. Okay? So this is how it goes. Knowing whatever, they like something. Okay? So knowing, and then we add some information. So let me give you guys an example. Knowing children, he probably likes cartoons. Okay, we're guessing based on the fact that somebody is a child. We're guessing, we're saying, knowing that he's a child. So knowing children, I think he would like this cartoon. Okay, so my guess is I think he would like this cartoon. Why am I guessing this? Because he's a child. Or knowing he's Iranian, he probably plays backgammon. Okay, because I know he's from Iran, I know he probably plays backgammon. Something like that. Or knowing he's British, he likes football. Okay, so I guess he likes football because he is British. British people love football. So whenever we want to make a guess about somebody or something based on some general knowledge we have, on some general knowledge, we can use this expression. So maybe somebody asks you, hey, what do you think Tom is doing right now? You say, well, knowing he works at the bank, he is probably at his job right now. He's at his job right now. Okay, so it's like 2 p.m., he works at the bank, so he's probably at his job right now, he's probably working. Or somebody asks you, what do you think I should buy her? Maybe it's somebody's birthday and they want to ask you for advice. You say, knowing she likes animals, you should buy her a cat. Something like that. I know she likes animals, so you should buy her a pet. So, when we want to make a guess based on some general information we have, we can use this kind of sentence structure to express ourselves, okay? Now, the next expression, we use it when we're guessing about a number or, something, and we're saying that we're guessing. So the expression goes like this. If I had to take a guess, and then your guess. If I had to take a guess. So like with our first expression, if somebody asks you, how old do you think I am? You can use this expression. You can say, if I had to take a guess, I'd say you're 25 years old. Okay, so I'm saying I'm guessing. Or why do you think Tom's late? If I had to take a guess, I'd say he's stuck in traffic. Okay, I think he's late because he's stuck in traffic, but I'm guessing. I'm not sure. Okay, so this is what I meant when I said we can guess about problems. Okay, another example is For example, like, why do you think he is so tired? If I had to take a guess, I'd say he worked late. Okay? So in this expression, we are saying that we are guessing. Another example is, how tall do you think Tom is? If I had to take a guess, I'd say he's 150 centimeters tall. Okay? So we're saying we're guessing, very much like the first expression where we say off the top of my head. It's kind of used the same way. We can use them for any topic we're guessing about. Okay? Now, the next expression I want to talk about is specifically used when we're guessing about somebody's some quality about somebody. So we say, I'd say he's something, or I'd say she's something. So for example, where do you think he's from? I'd say he's Persian. I would say he's Persian. Okay, so we use this when we're guessing about someone. Okay, we're guessing some quality of somebody. Okay, so how old do you think he is? I'd say he's 50. Where do you think she's from? I'd say she's British. Okay, we can use it like that. So when we say I'd say, it means I would say. It's basically saying it's my opinion. Okay, I'm stating what my opinion is. I think that that person is, whatever the age is. Another similar expression is chances are. Chances are. We can use this when we're talking about a person or an event, a problem, something like that. So going with the example of guessing someone's age. Chances are he's 50. Chances are she's Persian. Okay? We use this sort of language when, for example, we see something happening. You and your friend are in the park. You see somebody talking to someone else, and he says, hey, that's an interesting accent. Where do you think she's from? And you say, oh, chances are she's British. Her accent sounds British. Okay? Or something that is very likely, we can use this. For example, where is Tom? He's late. Chances are he's stuck at work. He's still at work. Okay? Or, why hasn't he called me? Chances are his phone is out of batteries. Okay? So I like to say this again. These expressions, you can use them interchangeably. Okay? So that means that you can use any of them to make a guess about something. If you guys are planning on doing your IELTS exam, on the speaking test, some of these expressions are very useful, especially if you have to make some guesses about something, right? Sometimes when we're discussing a topic, we're not sure about something and we have to guess it. So it's very useful to have more than just one expression, right? It's you don't want to always say I guess. You can say, you want to change it up so the examiner knows you have a wide range of vocabulary. Okay? So that's why it's good to learn more than one way to make a guess. All right. So the next expression is also very similar to these ones we were talking about. We say at a guess and then whatever. At a guess. Okay, so somebody points out somebody else. Your friend says, look at that guy. How old do you think he is? At a guess, I'd say he's 80 years old. Or, how heavy do you think my bag is? You lift up a bag and you say, at a guess, I would say it's 15 kilograms. Okay? Or somebody asks you, what time do you think you're going to get home? At a guess, I would say, around 6 o'clock or 6 o'clock. So I'm guessing 6 o'clock. I'm not sure though. Okay. The next one, we usually use it when we're guessing about a number. again, so this next expression is for a number specifically. So for someone's age, for example, we say probably about. Probably about. So for example, somebody asks, how old do you think that guy is? You say, probably about 50. Probably about means I'm guessing, I'm not sure. What time do you think you'll be home? Probably about 6 o'clock. Okay. How tall do you think that guy is? Probably about 170 centimeters. How tall? How many stories in that building? How many levels does that building have? Probably about 10 stories. Okay, that building is probably about 10 stories high. We can insert this expression in the middle of our sentence so we can be more expressive. For example, how many different drinks does that restaurant have? You can then answer, that restaurant has probably about 15 different drinks. Okay? So whenever we're guessing about a number, we can use this expression. The next one is when we're, again, guessing about something, but this is more formal language, okay? When we want to guess about something at work or in a formal setting, we say, we're talking maybe something, okay? We're talking maybe something. So for example, your boss asks you, how many weeks do you think this project is going to take? You say, well, we're talking about maybe 4-5 weeks. We're not sure yet, but we're guessing it'll be 4 to 5 weeks. Or they might say, how many people do you think we're going to need for the project? We're talking about maybe 20 to 30 people, okay? So you can give a range here. Whenever we're using this expression, we can give a range. We can give a general idea. So if we're using it for someone's age, how old do you think Tom is? We're talking about maybe late 20s. We think he's maybe in his late 20s. Okay. The next expression is again used in a general sense. We're talking about a number generally. So when we ask about somebody's age, we can say he's about 20-ish. 20-ish. He's about 20-ish. So when we add this ish to the end of a number, it means we're not sure. We're guessing in a range of something, okay? So how many people are going to come to your party? About 6-ish. You know, it could be 5, it could be 7, it could be 4. About 6-ish. I'm not sure, but I think it's around 6. What time are you going to be here? About 2 o'clock. About 2-ish. So I'm going to be there around 2. How old are you? Or sorry, not you, because you don't guess about your own age. How old is she? She's about 28-ish. 28-ish. You know, I think she's around 28 years old. Guessing about a number, we can again use this. We can make guesses about, as I said, someone's age, their height, their weight, you know, the time of the day they're doing something. These are all the kind of numbers we can guess about, okay? And if we're guessing about time, we can use the word around, okay? So, you know, for example, if we're saying, what time is he going to be here? Around 6 o'clock. Around 6 o'clock means it's kind of saying like he'll be here about 6-ish. Very similar to each other, okay? So around 6 o'clock means somewhere close to 6 o'clock. Or what time does the show start? It usually starts around 7. It usually starts around 7, okay? So these expressions are very useful when we're guessing about something, we're not sure about it, but we know some information, so we can guess about it, okay? We can use these to talk about people, to talk about time, to talk about, you know, anything, some events that are going to happen. we can use them to make guesses from generalizations and things like that, okay? So I'm going to turn on comments, and if you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and ask me. If you have just joined us, hi, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining me. It's good to have you here. Hey, Ali Jafari 10, thank you for joining me. We are continuing our common English expressions A to Z. We are on our H topics right now. We just finished having a guess, making a guess sort of thing. And our next topic is hoping for something. Hey, Karami, good to see you again. And look up for, good to see you too again. Good afternoon to you guys. So, if you guys have any questions, now's the time to ask it. I'm going to introduce the next topic. The next topic we're going to learn some expressions for is hoping for something. So when we say hoping for something, what that means is when we want something to happen in the future, we hope for it, okay? That's what the meaning of hope is. So, for example, if we want something to happen tomorrow, we hope for it, okay? A lot of these expressions are going to be very close to each other. And because of this, they might sound the same, but please pay attention because there are a lot of different ways we can say something in the English language. It's good to learn to use, a word in more than one way. Knowing the weather is rainy, we decided to stay at home. Nice, perfect sentence. It doesn't have anything to do with guessing, though. Hey, honey, coffee. Thank you very much for your positive feedback. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, but I really appreciate your positive feedback. I was hoping to do different topics because I want you guys to be able to use your English knowledge in different situations. And I'm happy that your listening is improving too. That makes me really happy to hear. A book for these expressions, to be honest, Rojan, I'm not using a book myself to research the topics. I'm usually just looking online for common topics, in alphabetical order, and then I'm just coming up with expressions for them. I'm sure there are some really good books. I just don't know any of them, okay? So I'm sorry, but I can take a look online and see what other people are recommending, but I haven't personally worked with any books for expressions, so I can't make any recommendations for you. Hey, Hanie Makorchian, good to see you. Sorry if I said your name wrong, but good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. It's really nice to have you guys here. So we're going to move on to our next topic when we're going to learn some expressions we can use for hoping for something, okay? Chances are that my friends will surprise me at the party. Nice. Ronnie, that's when you guess there is like a birthday, like a surprise birthday party or something happening. Very nice. Good way of using it. Hey, Layla, I'm happy to hear that. I'm really happy to hear that. I'm trying to pronounce words well, so sometimes I speak too fast, and I'm sorry if that happens. But I'm trying to, slow down a little bit for you guys, okay? Could you please tell us more about writing in the turbo sites? Honey, I will mention that at the end of this live session, okay? So I will talk about my my lessons for IELTS writing on the website at the end of this session, okay? All right, guys. So I'm going to turn off the comments and start the next topic, and then afterwards you guys can ask me any questions if you have them. And hey to Pink Moon 7888. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. All right, guys, here we go. So when we want something to happen in the future, when we want something to happen tomorrow or next week or next month, sometime in the future, we can use one of these expressions to talk about it, okay? The first expression is when we're talking about like the immediate future. We're talking about tomorrow, for example. We can say something very simple. I hope it's something tomorrow. I hope it's something tomorrow. Okay, for example, we can say, I hope it's sunny tomorrow. You know, I hope the weather is nice tomorrow. There's going to be sun tomorrow. Or, I hope school is closed tomorrow. Okay, I hope school is closed tomorrow. It means I hope that they don't open school tomorrow. So we can use it for anything we want to happen, even in, you know, future that's further away than tomorrow. We can say, I hope next month the weather is nicer. Okay, so I hope that next month the weather gets nicer. Or we can say, I hope it's nicer in the next month. I hope the weather is nicer in the next month. Okay, and the next expression is when we're actively wishing for something. We say, I'm hoping, and whatever we're hoping for, okay? So I'm hoping it'll be sunny tomorrow. Pay attention, guys. Very similar how I'm using the word hope, okay? And both of them have the same meaning. The reason we want to use it in different sentence structures is because in the English language, we don't want to be repetitive, right? So for example, if we're talking about our trip, we can say, you know, I hope it's sunny over there, and I'm hoping that our hotel has breakfast, okay? So very good to, you know, talk about things you want to happen without using the same language. So I hope everybody shows up tomorrow, and I'm hoping the restaurant has good food. Maybe you're meeting people at a restaurant, okay? So very useful when you want to, especially when you want to hope for some things in the same sentence. You can use this language. You can use it by itself too. So I'm hoping my job will pay off next month. You know, I'm hoping I'll make a lot of sales next month. Or I hope my sales will be high next month. And the next expression is very much like these first two. In this one, we bring hope to the beginning of our sentence. We say, hopefully, and then what we hope for. So, hopefully, it'll be sunny tomorrow. Hopefully, everyone shows up tomorrow. Now, if you want to make a long sentence with a whole bunch of hopes, maybe we have a birthday party planned at a restaurant. We say, I hope it's sunny tomorrow, and hopefully everybody will show up, and I'm really hoping the restaurant has good food. See, we're changing how we're saying what we're hoping for, and it makes our sentence sound better, right? It makes our sentence sound better than if I just say I hope. So let's do it the wrong way so you guys can hear it. If I said, I hope everyone shows up tomorrow, and I hope the weather is nice tomorrow, and I hope the restaurant has good food, it doesn't sound as good. It's okay to say it, you know, it's not improper English, but if you want to impress somebody, if you're in your IELTS speaking exam, or you want to impress someone, or you want to sound like a native speaker, you know, you should learn how to express yourself better, okay? So the next expression is when we hope for something and we think everybody is hoping for it too, okay? For example, if I go out with my friends to a restaurant and the food isn't very good, I say, let's hope, and the rest of it. Let's hope. So I say, let's hope the next place has better food. You know, so let's hope that next time we go out, the food is better. The reason I'm saying it like this is because I'm assuming my friends also wish that the next restaurant we go to has better food, okay? Or maybe I go out to my classroom and my teacher is late. I say to my friend, let's hope that the teacher is on time next class. Let's hope the teacher's on time tomorrow or next week. So we use this expression when whatever we're hoping for, we assume everybody else is hoping for that too. Maybe you're watching your favorite football team play with your friend. You say, let's hope they score a lot of goals this game. Okay, let's hope they score a lot of goals. What we want to happen is that we want to see them score a lot of goals. Or maybe we don't want one of the players in the other team to play. We say, let's hope Messi is not playing today. Let's hope Messi is not playing today. Okay? Very useful expression if you're talking about something that you want to happen in the future that other people want as well. Let's hope the coronavirus goes away as soon as possible. Okay? Let's hope the coronavirus goes away soon. I'm using let's hope because everybody is hoping for that, right? Let's hope we can see each other soon. Let's hope we can see each other soon. Okay? The next one is kind of similar to let's hope. This one we're saying, we're talking about something that we might not think is really going to happen. So for example, we say, here's hoping. Here's hoping. Now here's an example of how we use this sentence. So maybe I'm talking about the game we're going to play tomorrow. I say, we have a really important game tomorrow. Here's hoping we have a sunny day. Okay, because we have an important game, I hope we have a sunny day. Here's hoping we have a sunny day. Or, we always make a lot of sales on the holidays. Here's hoping it will be the same this year. Here's hoping. Okay? Usually we use this sentence in a similar way as we use let's hope. When we want to talk about something we're hoping for that other people other than us care about it too. They hope for the same thing. So in the case our favorite football team is playing, we say, my football team is playing. Here's hoping they score a lot of goals. Here's hoping Messi doesn't play today. Okay? All right. So the next expression is when we think the opposite of what we hope for is going to happen, but we still hope it won't be like that. Okay? So the expression is, if we're lucky. If we are lucky. So if we're lucky. So for example, it's cloudy and I tell you, if we're lucky, it'll be sunny tomorrow. If we're lucky, it won't rain today. Okay, I don't think, I think it's very likely it's going to rain today, but I still hope it doesn't rain today. Okay? Or I have to get to the airport and I'm late. You tell me if we're lucky, we'll get there on time. If we're lucky, there will be no traffic. Okay? If we're lucky, there will be no traffic. Usually there is traffic, but maybe we'll get lucky and there is no traffic. Okay? So if we're lucky, there will be no traffic. The reason we use this kind of expression to talk about something that probably won't happen, but we hope it happens, is because we're using the word lucky. Okay? We're saying that, if what we want happens, we were lucky. Okay? It was good luck. It was by chance that it happened. Okay? So, for example, we're talking about our football team and the other team has a really good player. We say, if we're lucky, Messi won't be playing today. He's a good player. I don't want him to play against my team because my team's not going to do well if that guy plays. Okay, so if we're lucky, he won't be playing today. The next expression is very much like this one, where we think, whatever is going to happen, we're hoping that it won't happen. So with any luck, So for example, tomorrow there's going to be a storm. We hear on the news, it says there's going to be a storm tomorrow. I have a flight tomorrow. If there's a storm, I can't fly out, right? So, I'm talking to my parents. I say, with any luck, it won't be a bad storm tomorrow. Or with any luck, there will be no storm tomorrow and I can fly. Or with any luck, my flight will have taken off before the storm starts. Okay, so what I'm saying is, if I get lucky, I hope this happens. If I get lucky, it happens, but it probably won't. So in the case that I'm late to get to the airport, I say to the taxi driver, please hurry up, I need to get to the airport. The taxi driver says, with any luck, there will be no traffic, we'll get there on time. Okay? So if there's no traffic, we're lucky, we'll get there on time. With any luck, Messi won't play. Our team might do really good. All right? Or maybe you did something bad and you want somebody not to notice, With any luck, she might not notice, we might get away with it. Okay? Now, the next expression is when we know, well, not know, but when we think something is very likely to happen, but we want to hope for the opposite of it, okay? So, for example, we see on the TV, on the news, it says it'll be raining tomorrow. Then we can say, I wish, or if only. Okay, so I wish, or if only. So, for example, on the news, we hear it's going to be raining, and we were planning on going out. We say, man, I wish it would be sunny tomorrow. I wish it would be sunny tomorrow. Or, if only it would be sunny tomorrow. Okay, basically I'm saying I'm hoping it doesn't rain. I'm hoping it'll be sunny tomorrow so I can go outside. I wish there was no traffic. If only there is no traffic. If only there is no traffic, okay? Or, I wish they would show up on time. I don't think they're going to come here on time, but I wish they would show up on time. If only they would show up on time. So we use this expression when something is probably going to happen, but we still hope it won't happen, okay? So it's probably going to rain tomorrow, but I still hope, I wish it would be sunny tomorrow. If only it would be sunny tomorrow, okay? The next one is when we want something to happen and we say that we're hoping for it. There is an expression in the English language that also has a physical gesture. We say, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for. So this is how you keep your fingers crossed, right? So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for it to be sunny tomorrow, okay? So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for it to be sunny tomorrow. Or, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you. For example, you have an exam and I want to say I'm hoping you succeed. I say I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you. All right? I'm saying I'm hoping you will do well. Usually, when we say we're keeping our fingers crossed, it means that we're hoping that this thing will happen and, basically, if I say I'm keeping my fingers crossed for it to be sunny tomorrow, it means if it rains, it's probably going to be really bad for me. I'm going to have a picnic tomorrow. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. It won't rain. If it rains, my picnic is ruined. Okay. Or you have your IELTS exam. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you. I hope you succeed. Okay. This is a very useful expression when we want to especially talk about when we are hoping something happens for somebody else. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you. I hope you get that job. Or, are you going to make it to the airport on time? I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I hope I will get there on time. Okay? The last expression I want to talk about is when we really need something to happen. We use this. I'm counting on it being. Okay? I'm really counting on it. So, for example, I'm counting on him being on time. Basically, I'm saying I'm hoping he's on time. I'm actually counting on it. I'm starting my presentation. If he's late, it's probably not going to be good for me. I'm really counting on it being sunny. You know, your parents call you. They say, hey, tomorrow it says there's going to be a storm. You're like, oh, yeah, I know, but I'm really counting on it being sunny so I can, catch my flight. Or I'm counting on him supporting me. So maybe you're doing something and you need someone else's help. You're hoping that they would help you out. You say, I'm counting on him supporting me. I'm really counting on it being a good show or whatever. Okay, so when you're really hoping, you really need something to happen. Maybe you're not really ready for your IELTS exam, but you have to do it anyway. So I'm really counting on it being an easy test. I'm really counting on it being easy, or otherwise I'm screwed. I'm not going to get the mark I need. Okay, use this expression when we really need something to happen, or there's probably going to be some negative consequences for us. Okay, so guys, I'm going to turn on my comments. You guys can go ahead and ask questions if you have any. Thank you all for joining me for today's live session. I'm going to talk a little bit about the online courses I made for IELTS reading because somebody asked about it. So our plan was that I record some online sessions that you guys can then watch and learn the techniques you need for each question type in IELTS. So on the IELTS exam in the reading section, if you guys don't know, there is I think 8 or 9 different question types, and for each question type there is a good technique that you can use to solve it. And I have been making some videos that are posted on the English Turbo website. So far, I've only made 3 lessons, and only one of them is posted. Because of the coronavirus, I can't go to the studio to record more, and they can't edit the ones that we already recorded. So I don't know when the rest of them are going to get posted. But somebody asked me, and if you guys decide to purchase them, I think the one that is posted right now is for multiple choice questions. So what I do in each lesson is I talk about what the question type is, what the characteristics are, and what kind of strategy we can use to solve it. I have also made at least 2 worksheets for each lesson so you guys can practice and then come back and I will talk about common problems for each question types, and hopefully after those lessons you have a good idea of how to do each question type. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Thank you very much, Ali Jafari 10, for joining me, man. I really appreciate it. Count, yeah, when we're saying I'm really counting on it, that's exactly how you spell it. Hamid Reza, when you say you count on something, it means you're depending on it, okay? So when we use count like this, it means we're depending on something. It doesn't mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is also counting, but in this context, the meaning is depending. Thank you, Aresh, Rafai, and Roshan. Thank you guys for joining me. Excuse me. I'm not exactly sure what you are saying, Reza. Maybe you can rephrase that for me. Yes, Hamid Reza. I'm talking about no, not the webinar. The webinar, guys, the story is different. So there is a webinar that MG does where he talks about IELTS writing. And then afterwards, I have, I think 4 or 5 sessions where I talk about IELTS reading, question solving. If that's what you're talking about, that webinar, it'll start whenever MG tells me, okay? So whenever MG says, hey, it's your turn to do the IELTS reading, it'll start. It's going to be on Skyroom. You guys can, I don't know how the process works. Honestly, you guys can contact turbo.help on Instagram and ask them about it. But whenever that starts, it's going to be on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. Sunday and Tuesday, it's going to be at 7:30. Thursday, it's going to be at 4 or 4:30. I don't recall exactly. What we're going to do in that webinar is I'm going to go over all the different question types on the IELTS reading exam. And I'm going to talk about how we can solve them. I'm going to give you guys some sample questions, probably from Cambridge IELTS 14. That's usually the book I use. But yeah, if you're wondering about the webinar, that will start whenever MG tells me it's going to start, okay? Hey, thanks a lot to you, Hamid Mahboubi. I'm keeping my fingers crossed is equals I hope. Exactly, Some. When you say I'm keeping my fingers crossed, it means I'm hoping for something to happen, you know? Or I'm hoping something happens for somebody else, you know? They have a exam coming up. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you, means I'm hoping you succeed, okay? Yes, Hamid Reza, when you rely upon something, you're counting on it. You're depending on it. You rely upon it, so you're counting on it, okay? Hey, S. Bistuni and Lavis 1362. If you guys just joined us, I'm sorry, but this is the end of our session. Be sure to join me for our session tomorrow. I'm going to keep these sessions at 5 p.m. consistently, so to join me tomorrow at 5 p.m. I don't know what's going to happen to these sessions when the English Cafe opens again, but hopefully I can continue them because I want to finish my A to Z plan, right? Right now, I think we finished our edge topics. I don't know, maybe I'll take a look at my notes and see, but you know, we still have a lot more topics to go, and I'm hoping I can finish them all, okay? So thank you guys very much for joining me. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.